My name is Ruth Chapin, and I am a member of the Social Justice Committee of this church, which is sponsoring this program. And I want to introduce our co-chair, Jaime Vega, of the committee. The other co-chair is on vacation, Anna Cletus, so sadly she's not here. Members of the Social Justice Committee, Mary Oster, raise your hand. Judy Demes, raise your hand. And maybe we'll have a few others to join us in a bit. I'm sure you know Linda Lankering, the president of this congregation. And I believe a board member of OCCCCO, right? Yeah, that's correct. Okay, so tonight we have a presentation by OCCCCO on the campaign for citizenship of immigrants. And I'm going to turn the mic over to Katie, and she's going to get us started.
Thank you, Ruth. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for making it out tonight. My name is Katie Brazier, and I'm a leader with OCCCCO. OCCCCO stands for the Orange County Congregation Community Organization. And we're a faith-based organization that is an affiliate of the PICO National Network. And the PICO National Network is the largest faith-based organizing group in the nation. And it works with communities in over 20 states and with over 40 different faith traditions on a variety of social justice issues. We are all nonprofit and nonpartisan 501c3 organizations, and we are not aligned with any political party, and we don't support any candidates for office. And OCCCCO has been working with local communities here in Orange County for over 25 years, organizing around key civil and human rights issues pertaining to education, health, civic engagement, homelessness, poverty, and of course, immigration reform. And we organize around these issue areas with a mission to empower people to take responsibility for their communities, to shape public policy, and to build a legacy of leaders throughout Orange County. And currently, we are arduously working to pass an immigration law that is humane and just and includes a clear roadmap, a pathway to citizenship for our 11 million brothers and sisters living in the country who are undocumented. A key part of our strategy has been to persuade our local congressmen and state senators to take a stand for our community and vote in favor of a citizenship for 11 million new Americans. So it's going to be nights like tonight in which people with values of faith and justice come together to work wholeheartedly towards this goal, which will ultimately lead us to this victory. And as an organization that believes in its community, we would like to thank you for joining us in this movement to educate, engage, reform legislation, and most importantly, to humanize this issue. And that being said, I would like to introduce Omar Rosas to talk to you about his story.
Well, hello everyone. Sure, introduce me. I'll introduce myself to you guys. My name is Omar Rosas, and I think I wanted to share my story because I want our community to see how important this struggle, this issue is for me. So it's a little hard for me to open up, but I am an undocumented immigrant. I came to the U.S. when I was 15 years old. The reason why is because my brother, who was an American-born citizen, sold that dream to my mother and I. That was the American dream. And unfortunately, he's no longer with us, and our dream as a happy family in America could not become a reality. One day he left to SeaWorld to have fun, but he never came back. I still remember his last words, and he told me, "One day, brother, you and my mother will have a green card, and then the three of us will be able to go. I wouldn't want anything bad to happen to you or mom." And then he left. Days later, he was found dead on the streets of Oceanside, California, without any form of ID, nor his belongings. Police investigations never got us any answers. Even my words were twisted by the investigators, and we never got any good explanations of what had really happened to him. Because I don't have legal documents to travel outside the country and then come back, I didn't get a chance to go to Mexico and be by my mother's side on his funeral. I actually blame my brother for bringing me here. I blame him for bringing me to this country I didn't know. And at that point resented, since he had lost his life here. But at the same time, I didn't want to leave because his dream was for us to be here. And I didn't want to throw all of his sacrifices away. Back in 2006, I was deported by the Border Patrol for no other reason than my legal status in this country. I was a passenger in a car on our way to Temecula, California, when the Border Patrol stopped us at a checkpoint. According to them, we looked suspicious. 2 girls and a guy going on the opposite direction, most people trying to enter the country, was suspicious and a good reason for them to treat me like an animal when they were trying to get me out of the car. The people with me were threatened and risked being put behind bars for being human traffickers. Border Patrol detained me. I told the officers I was undergoing medical treatment at the time for some very serious injuries I had sustained at work. I told the officers I told them I had already underwent 4 surgeries and had more pending. They did not care about my complaints. They did not care about my pain, and I told them about the pain I told them I was having. All they did to help me, according to them, was put me in one of their patrol cars and expedite the process of my deportation. They deported me to Mexico, a country I no longer knew, and a place I never really got the chance to know since I left being a boy. I came back to America because this is the country I call and consider my home. I came back because my mother was still here, and I really needed medical treatment. Treatment that was denied by the Border Patrol. Treatment that was over only a few months ago. After 8 years of seeing different specialty doctors, having more than 7 surgeries on different parts of my body, and risking my life. Every time I had one, I can say that chapter of my life is over. I came back knowing I was putting my life in danger simply by trying to come home. It is a horrifying experience to have someone put a knife to your neck and tell you not to move or they'll kill you. Which is to take a few pesos from you. That's what my life was worth at the time. Only a few pesos. That did not stop me from reaching my goal. That didn't stop me from coming home to the only family I have left in the world. I had to be by my mother's side to comfort her and finish what I had to finish. Sorry. As you can see, this issue has really affected me and my family, and it's still hunting millions of other families across the country. So that's why I ask you, how many more families will have to go through the same ordeal I did? How many lives have to be lost in the deserts or the sea before the greatest nation in the planet takes action and fixes a broken system that has brought so much pain and suffering to millions? How many more? Please, give me an answer. I really need one. Thank you.
Chair.
Yeah, I'd like to ask him, what are you doing now toward citizenship?
Well, I'll be honest with you. I barely joined the fight, the struggle. I have been working with local leaders for over 4 months now. During those years I've been here, I attended high school. I already got my high school diploma. I worked hard. I was a construction worker. The reason why I stopped working was because of my accident. The accident was work related. And what else can I say? I've been fighting for my health, for my life. So it is painful for me to have to be standing up for hours helping local members, volunteers, because I have back problems, I have knee surgeries. So, but I think it's very important for us to do something, to come out of the shadows. That's why I'm sharing my story with you, because I'm not afraid no more.
Good.
Thank you so much, Omar. And I think, like Omar said, his participation with OCCCO is really what a lot of people in the community have come out to do and take a stand for this issue, because there really, as of now, there's no pathway or process that they can apply for. And so that's what we're trying to create with all this work, because right now there is not a pathway. If you're undocumented, there's no line to get in, and a lot of misconceptions, people think that. So we're trying really hard to give that opportunity to people who are living and working and raising their families here, like Omar and his family. So thank you, Omar. And now we're going to have Ben Sanchez come up, and he's going to talk about this opportunity to push for immigration reform and how it came to be.
Thank you, Katie. All the folks, my name is Benjamin Sanchez, and tonight I would like to share with you guys some of the key elements of the Senate Bill 744. So what happened last year really gave us a glimpse of hope. After the November elections, there was a significant change in voter turnout from communities of color, which changed the outcome of the November elections. For the first time in almost 30 years, there's hope that we might have a fighting chance, and we could actually possibly win the immigration reform. Just so you guys know, we're not legal advisors or attorneys, but we did our research, and we kind of summarized more than 2,000 pages and some again key elements of the Senate bill. So that is the Senate Bill 744. What it does, it actually provides it'll benefit most of the 11 million immigrants that are currently undocumented. And let's see, security. That'll be the next slide. And it creates a new category known as RPI, which is the Registered Provisional Immigrants. And so that's hope, right? That's something we could work towards. And it'll benefit, again, most of the 11 million undocumented people by providing a road to citizenship. And it'll give many of them the opportunity to earn eventually their citizenship. The initial adjustments for for this program to, or this proposed bill to work is there are two major requirements to be met. One of them is to secure the border, and they're going to do this by allocating $3.2 billion per year for border enforcement. And number two would be expanding the second requirement would be to expand the fence 700 miles along the southern border, which is again, that's our two major requirements that are part of the Senate bill. And legalization and pathway to citizenship. What this will do, it will guarantee, it'll actually, they're going to make sure that people that have legally applied to become citizens, they'll make sure that they will be processed before new RPI applicants. And there's also people that will be excluded. As we all know, the cutoff date is December 31st, 2011, so anybody who arrived to the country after that date will automatically be excluded. There's also people with criminal records. They're looking at people with serious crimes such as felonies and some DUIs that will, more than 3 DUIs, which is considered a felony, will also be excluded. Who will qualify? As an RPI, in order to earn your citizenship, it will take 13 years. And you will have to live 10 years as an RPI, and of course pay your taxes, and of course learn English and civics. Let's see. Again, it also includes they're big on the two major requirements, which again they want to make sure that 90% of the border is secure, and this is just for the proposed bill to. They will also include the E-Verify system nationwide, which it automatically people that don't have a social security number are not eligible for work, and that'll affect a lot of levels. The Senate 744 updates. Well, as we all know, this bill got bipartisan support and passed on June 23rd this year with a 68-32 vote, which it shows that, as we can see, that American people share the same common human values. And the next phase for immigration legislation. So currently the bill sits on it's in the House of Representatives, where they might reject it, and they're actually pushing for the other end and the very anti-immigrant individual pieces of this bill, such as the SAFE Act, which if you guys have a chance to look up, is really very anti-immigrant. It'll turn many of the undocumented people into criminals, so it's really bad. With that, I'll give the one to Katie.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
So it says 90% of the border secure. How many percent is secure now?
As of now, to be honest with you, there's only estimates on how secure the border is. The estimate talks about 50%, 40% of the border secure right now.
So they're going to increase it by another 50 more percent.
Yeah.
It's just a measurement. By secure, they mean how much is now fenced. And
They're going to create another 700 miles of fence
More
all
fence.
along the southern border, and they're also going to add more to border patrol agents. They're going to double up the number of current patrol agents.
Yeah, I'm not sure what their definition for
Of
it. Like,
secure
yeah, what does it mean that it's secure? Does it mean that there's?
miles or whatever.
I think it's beyond just having a fence. I think it has to do with how many people are
Additional.
passing through, and I'm not sure I don't know if we're sure what the measurements are. I don't even know if that's been determined yet.
Thank you.
Question?
Do you know anything about the Kids Act and the SAFE Act? What is that?
The SAFE Act, it's actually misleading. We do have references that if you want to move to the next slide, there's the reference. And SAFE Act, it actually has more to do with turning the local police and actually nationwide. It's proposing a law that will turn the whole nation into Arizona because it'll delegate power of Border Patrol. The job the Border Patrol do now, the local police will be able to hold you in and report you eventually.
All the cops are going to be Joe Arpaio.
Yeah, exactly. Which is it's far from keeping our community safe, right? Well, thank you guys. Thank you. I really appreciate you guys.
Yeah, and just going off of what Ben was saying about the SAFE Act, we actually have a packet for you at the end we can give out, and it has a little bit of material on the SAFE Act and some of the dangers that it presents. So we'll make sure to get those to everyone. And then now we're going to actually have Omar come back up and talk about what OCCO in Orange County, in partnership with our many partners here in Orange